The 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS. The muscle car that did everything right and still got forgotten. Imagine walking into a Chevrolet dealership in 1970. The salesman walks you past Camaros and Novas and stops in front of something bigger, wider, and altogether more serious. The hood is long, the body muscular, and the Supersport badge means exactly what it says. A 454 cubic inch V8 sits under that hood, producing 450 horsepower from the factory. Today, that same car sells for $100,000 to $400,000 at auction and is considered the benchmark by which all American muscle cars are measured. This is the story of the 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS, underappreciated when new, untouchable today. The performance loophole. In 1970, GM lifted its internal displacement limit on intermediate cars, and Chevrolet wasted no time. The result was the LS 6454, a 450 horsepower big block dropped into a mid-size body that had no business going that fast. The Chevelle SS wasn't born from a rule book or racing regulation. It was born from an engineer's decision to build the most powerful muscle car on the market and dare anyone to keep up. The engineering problem. Stuffing a 454 into the Chevelle's A-body platform required serious chassis reinforcement. The front subframe was strengthened, suspension retuned with heavy-duty springs and shocks, and the rear axle upgraded to handle torque that would destroy lesser components. The LS6 featured solid lifters, an aggressive cam, rectangular port heads, and an 11.25-to-1 compression ratio, demanding premium fuel and delivering savage power. Getting that much engine into a mid-size car without tearing itself apart required genuine engineering discipline. Birth of a legend. Chevrolet officially rated the LS6 at 450 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque, numbers that made every rival nervous. Heavy-duty suspension, wide oval tires, and a close-ratio 4-speed Muncie manual came standard. Chevrolet built 53,599 Chevelle SS models for 1970, but the LS 6454 was ordered by just 4,475 buyers, each one unknowingly purchasing future gold. The price problem. The 1970 Chevelle SS started around $3,100 with the base 396. The LS6 option added roughly $1,000, pushing serious buyers toward $4,500 total. Insurance companies had already identified the SS as a target, adding hundreds annually to premiums. What did the price buy? A car that rode stiffly, guzzled fuel, and needed premium everything. The LS6 was temperamental in cold weather and unforgiving in traffic. Built for wide-open throttle on an empty road, everything else was secondary. Track dominance. The LS6 Chevelle ran the quarter-mile in 13.8 seconds at over 100 miles per hour completely stock, numbers that embarrassed purpose-built drag cars of the previous decade. Car and Driver called it the fastest production sedan they had ever tested. Nothing in the intermediate class touched it. Not the Roadrunner, not the Torino Cobra, not the Buick GSX. The LS6 simply had more of everything. The perfect irony. By 1971, the LS6 was gone. Emissions regulations forced compression ratios down, and the Chevelle SS became a shadow of its 1970 peak. Insurance costs made ownership increasingly painful, and production collapsed. Yet the 1970 model survived in collections worldwide. The same power that made insurance companies nervous now makes collectors write six-figure checks without hesitation. Authentication and investment. Every genuine LS6 carries a specific engine suffix code stamped on the block and a window sticker verifiable through GM production records. Clone cars are common. The temptation to fake an LS6 is enormous. Genuine numbers-matching examples regularly sell for $250,000 to $400,000. Base SS 396 cars command $80,000 to $120,000 in solid condition. A car that's stickered around $4,500 now demands nearly 100 times that at serious auction. Full circle. A car that defined an era and watched that era collapse around it became the most sought-after American muscle car of the entire decade. The 1970 Chevelle SS LS6 proved that when an engineer is given freedom to build the best possible version of something, no compromises, no half measures, the result outlasts every practical alternative. The next time something seems too powerful or too extreme for everyday life, pay attention. You might be looking at tomorrow's legend. Drive safe and watch for automotive history in the making.